here we are continuing with the chapter how do organisms reproduce. In this chapter we have discussed about the male reproductive system, female reproductive system. Now today we'll discuss how the fertilization occurs and what changes occurs in the female uterus or in the embryo. So now just have a look over here. See, this is the diagram of a female reproductive system. In this I told you about that the uterus consists of three layers. The outer one is perimetrium, middle one is myometrium, and the inner one is endometrium. And this endometrium layer is responsible for the cyclic changes which occurs during menstrual period. Okay, that means during menstruation, the accumulation of blood occurs in the endometrium. Endometrium wall, it prepares itself for the menstruation or the cyclic changes of menstruation. So now what happens when this ovum is released from the ovary? Then it travels to the oviduct. It stays over there and it waits for the sperm, because this oviduct is the site of fertilization where the fertilization occurs. Now during the sexual intercourse, when the sperms are injected into the vaginal canal, then the sperm passes through this and enter into the uterus, and sperms, though they are highly motile, they move throughout the uterus to go to the ovum. Sperms search out the ovum, though millions of sperms are released. So one sperm, if it reaches with the ovum, one sperm, it reaches to the ovum, then the fertilization of the ovum with the sperm occurs. When ovum will use to fertilize with only one sperm, first come first basis. Okay, so that means the sperm which reaches to the ovum first is only able to fertilize the ovum, and the other sperms which are attached, they won't fertilize, they won't get the entry into the ovum. Now after fertilization, zygote is formed at the oviduct. Zygote is unicellular. Now this zygote will divide and it forms multicellular embryo. And when it forms the multicellular embryo, this one, it enters into the uterus wall. Embryo enters into the uterus wall, and in the uterus, embryo attaches to the wall of the uterus, inner lining of the uterus, that is endometrium. Now this embryo which has joined over here, it forms there is formation of thick disc-like structures in the endometrium wall, which we call as placenta. Now this placenta is responsible for connecting the mother's blood with this embryo. Now this embryo is now termed to be as fetus, and the process of attachment is called as implantation. After implantation, we say that pregnancy has occurred. Now there is what? Though because this placenta is formed, now this placenta will allow the exchange of materials, exchange of gases and food components to the fetus. This fetus will absorb the nutrients, and the waste which are produced, these are released again back into the mother's blood. Fetus takes the time of 9 months to develop. That means the time period is 9 months for development of the fetus, and this 9-month period is called as gestation period. When this gestation period is completed, or say the 9 months is completed, the development of the fetus is completed, and during that time hormone is released. That hormone name is oxytocin. This hormone is released by the pituitary gland, so that this hormone, it acts on the myometrium wall of the uterus, which causes the contraction of the myometrium, resulting in the labor pains. And when these labor pains occurs, or the uterus wall contracts, this fetus which has developed completely is expelled out, or we say that the birth of the baby has occurred. When the ovum is released from the ovary, during that time, side by side, hormone is secreted that is called as estrogen hormone. Along with estrogen, progesterone hormone is secreted. That means two hormones are secreted, one is estrogen and the other one is progesterone. Estrogen hormone is secreted for maintaining the secondary sexual characters in the female, as well as maintaining the inner wall of the uterus thick so that the blood can accumulate and it can prepare the endometrium or inner lining of the uterus for the attachment of the embryo. Second is the progesterone hormone. Progesterone hormone is called as the pregnancy hormone and it is responsible for maintaining the attachment of the embryo with the endometrium or the inner lining of the uterus so that implantation can be done, and after implantation the fetus can develop fully. So this is progesterone hormone. It is helpful or it is responsible for maintaining the pregnancy. So here in this fertilization process, three hormones participate. First one is estrogen hormones for thickening of the uterus, inner lining, that is endometrium. Progesterone hormone for maintaining the pregnancy, that's why called as pregnancy hormone. And when this complete development of the fetus occurs, then oxytocin hormone is secreted. It acts on the endometrium and it causes the contraction of the myometrium. Oxytocin hormone acts on myometrium or the inner lining of the middle lining of the uterus, causes the contraction of the uterus, or we say responsible for labor pains resulting in the birth of a baby. Now we just have a look over here. Fertilization in human females. Sperm enter through the vagina and reach to the oviduct where they encounter with the egg. That means sperm enter through the vagina and reach to the oviduct where the sperms found the ovum and where fertilization process occurs. So fertilization occurs at the fallopian tube. Fallopian tube is also called as the oviduct. Causes formation of zygote. So zygote is formed at the oviduct or fallopian tube. Now zygote divides to form multicellular embryo. Zygote is unicellular, it divides and it forms a multicellular embryo. Now this embryo, it attaches to the uterus wall. This embryo enters into the uterus and it attaches to the uterus wall, which is called as implantation, causing the blood-to-blood contact of embryo with the mother's blood. So when the embryo attaches to the uterus wall, there is a blood-to-blood contact by the formation of this thick disc-like structure, that is placenta. Now the development of fetus occurs in 9 months duration, and this completion of the complete development of the fetus occurs, which require 9 months, and this time period of 9 months is called as the gestation period. After completion of the gestation period, birth of a baby occurs. Means when gestation period is completed, action of oxytocin hormone, labor pains, contraction of the uterus resulting in the delivery of a baby or the birth of a baby takes place. Now here students, see here, just now we discussed about the fertilization process, how the fertilization occurs in the female. Now we discussed what happens when the fertilization of the ovum does not occur. It usually, you know that every ovary, that means there are 2 ovaries and each ovary release the ovum alternately. Okay, so when the ovum is released from the ovary, during that time, inner wall of the uterus, that is endometrium, it prepares itself for implantation of the embryo. Ovum reaches to the oviduct and it waits for the sperm to come, because that is the site of fertilization. And when no sperm is provided, that means no fertilization occurs. And this ovum which is placed or which reaches to the oviduct or fallopian tube, it waits for 1 day. That means the lifespan of ovum is 1 day. When the sperm is not provided, then the ovum dies. And when this ovum is dead, that means the cell is dead, then it is expelled from the oviduct, it comes into the uterus, and along with that, this uterus lining which has prepared itself for the attachment, for implantation, that is also not used. So what will happen when ovum degenerate, along with that the inner lining of the uterus also degenerate, resulting in the release of blood along with mucus and the dead part of the ovum from the uterus through vagina, and this is released in the this is called as the menstruation, or we call it as a menstrual cycle because it is a cyclic process. It occurs after every 28 days. So now just have a look over here at the diagram and we'll discuss this thing through the diagram. See here, ovum reaches to the oviduct, and over here no sperm is provided. So what will happen? This ovum dies. Ovum will die over here because its lifespan is only 1 day. After that it will die, and the dead, or we say the debris, it reaches into the uterus. Along with this, the uterus inner lining, which was thick, which has prepared itself with the blood, accumulation of blood and the nutrients, this degenerate, and the blood, this, it will be expelled from the uterus. Blood is released from the uterus because this blood is of no use. Now it has been wasted. The nutrients which were accumulated is of no use because there is no fertilization, no zygote, no embryo, and no utilization of these nutrients. So this blood is released, that means this endometrium wall or the uterus wall, it will degenerate along with the blood and the mucus, and this dead, or we say the debris of the ovum, these are expelled out from the uterus through the vagina, which is called as the menstruation, and it is repeated after 28 days. But what happens? Just now I told you, we have discussed that fertilization, during fertilization, pregnancy occurs. Okay, 9 months is the gestation period. Fertilization of the ovum has taken place. But see here, when the ovum is fertilized, pregnancy is there, implantation has occurred, female is pregnant. During that time, menstrual cycle stops. That means there is no menstrual cycle, no menstruation during the 9 months period. And after the delivery of the baby, again the cyclic process starts, because already the fetus is developing inside the pregnant mother body. Okay, so during that time there is no requirement of changes in the endometrium, no requirement of fertilization. So for that time being, this cyclic changes, it stops, and afterwards, after the delivery of the baby, again the cyclic changes begins or continues in the inner layer of the uterus. So now just have a look over here. So what happens when egg is not fertilized? In case of non-availability of sperm, no fertilization occurs. Ovum lives for 1 day and after that it dies. Ovum moves from the oviduct into the uterus, that is the debris of the ovum, it moves into the uterus. Inner lining or endometrium of the uterus, which was thick due to accumulation of blood, degenerate or break and comes out through the vagina as blood and the mucus along with the dead ovum, known as menstruation. This lasts for about 2 to 8 days. That means the cyclic flow of menstruation, it occurs for about 2 to 8 days, and this cyclic process, it occurs after every 28 days. That means the cycle is repeated after 28 days. During pregnancy, this cycle stops temporarily. So here, this is about what happens when egg is not fertilized?